Feeling drained by social situations? Constantly struggling to keep up with the demands of an extroverted world? Then this video is for you. Today, we're diving deep into the powerful truth about introversion, what it really means, why it's not a flaw, and how you can embrace it fully to thrive in every area of your life. This isn't just another motivational talk, it's a roadmap for introverts who are ready to step into their quiet power, set boundaries, recharge effectively, and connect meaningfully. If you've ever felt like you're too quiet or too reserved to succeed in this loud world, it's time to change that narrative. Let's begin. Have you ever walked away from a social event feeling completely drained, like someone plugged a vacuum into your chest and sucked out all your energy? Have you ever felt guilty for wanting to be alone when everyone else seems to thrive in groups and crowds? Or maybe you've tried to fix your quiet nature, thinking you're broken because you don't enjoy constant stimulation, networking events, or small talk. The truth is, you're not broken, you're just introverted, and that is not a flaw. It's a gift, but in a world that celebrates loudness, visibility, and constant interaction, being an introvert can feel like swimming against the current. So how do you survive? More than that, how do you thrive? That's what this speech is all about. Let's start by unraveling the biggest myths that have made introverts doubt themselves. For far too long, the myth of introversion. We need to talk about what introversion is not. Introverts are not necessarily shy. Introverts are not antisocial. Introverts are not lacking in confidence or social skills. Those are myths, deeply ingrained ones. But myths nonetheless. The science of introversion, according to psychologists like Carl Jung and researchers studying brain chemistry, introversion is rooted in biology. It has everything to do with how we process stimuli. Introverts typically have a more sensitive nervous system. This means we process information more deeply. We notice subtleties. We reflect more. But that also means social environments, especially noisy or overstimulating ones, can quickly drain our mental energy. Studies using brain scans show that introverts have more blood flow in areas related to internal processing, like problem solving and memory. Our brains literally light up differently. It's not a matter of personality defect, it's neurobiology. The narrative shift. We live in a world where extroversion is the default, where being outgoing, quick, and loud is seen as the way to be successful or influential. But introversion doesn't mean you're not powerful, it means your power looks different. Where extroverts may command the room, introverts often shape it quietly behind the scenes. Where extroverts may connect broadly, introverts often connect deeply. And that kind of presence, that kind of insight, it matters. The gift of quiet, understanding your needs. So, what happens when you stop fighting your nature and start embracing it? You begin to unlock your potential. Let's talk about what introverts truly need, not as a luxury, but as a necessity for thriving. Reclaiming your energy. Introverts recharge through solitude. That could mean time in nature, reading, journaling, or simply sitting in silence. Yet in an extroverted world, we're often pressured to keep going, to attend every meeting, every hangout, every conversation. But here's the truth. If you don't guard your alone time, you'll burn out fast. Your mind needs that stillness to recover. Your creativity needs that space to bloom. Solitude isn't selfish, it's self-preservation. Deepening connections. Introvs may not enjoy small talk, but they thrive on deep, meaningful conversations. You may not be the loudest voice in the room, but when you speak, it's often with intention and insight. That is powerful. It's not about how many friends you have, it's about who those friends are. So lean into the kind of relationships that nourish you, not the ones that exhaust you. The power of observation. Introverts often have a gift for observation. You notice the little things others overlook: tone, body language, unspoken dynamics. That's an extraordinary advantage in relationships, leadership, and creativity. In a noisy world, your quiet eyes see the truth. Strategies for thriving. In an extroverted world, let's face it, we're not changing society overnight. Meetings, group projects, social events, they're not going away. So how do you, as an introvert, thrive in this environment? Here's how. Set boundaries. This is essential. If you say yes to everything and everyone, your energy will be scattered. You don't need to attend every party. You don't need to be on 24/7. You don't need to feel guilty for needing quiet. Communicate your boundaries clearly, respectfully, and consistently. Saying "I need some time to recharge" isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Find your people. You are not alone. There are millions of introverts out there who get what you're going through. Seek out those people online, in your community, through books, podcasts, or meetups that honor depth over flash. Build your tribe. Even if it's just a few people, it's the right people that count. Harness your strengths. Introverts often excel in creativity. You have the space to imagine. Analytical thinking, you process deeply. Listening, you don't just hear, you understand. These are incredible assets. Use them, right? Create, solve, reflect, lead, mentor, build. Don't try to be someone you're not. Be more of who you already are. Tips for self-care and empowerment. Mentoring isn't just about strategy, it's also about mindset and self-compassion. Practice mindfulness, meditation, journaling, breathing exercises, and nature walks aren't just buzzwords, they're grounding practices for introverts. They reconnect you with your inner self, reduce stress, and foster clarity. You don't have to do them all. Start small. 5 minutes a day of intentional quiet can make a huge difference. Build confidence. Confidence doesn't always come from speaking louder. Sometimes it comes from knowing that you don't need to be loud to matter. Celebrate your quiet victories. Honor your introspective mind. Trust your natural rhythm. You are enough, just as you are. Advocate for your needs, whether at work, in relationships, or in public life. You have a voice, use it. Speak up about your working style. Ask for space when needed. Request time to think before answering. You don't owe anyone an apology for being yourself. Embrace your introversion. More than ever, the world needs introverts. We need thinkers. We need feelers. We need the ones who reflect before acting. The ones who listen before speaking. The ones who ask why when others rush to how. So I ask you, what if your quiet nature is your superpower? What if the world needs your softness just as much as it needs volume? What if the way forward isn't to change who you are but to own it fully? Imagine a world where introverts no longer feel like they need to apologize. Imagine schools, workplaces, and communities that honor stillness as much as energy. Imagine being seen not as someone who needs to come out of their shell, but someone whose depth adds irreplaceable value. You can help create that world just by being yourself. If this message spoke to you, if you saw a little of yourself in these words, don't just move on. Leave a comment below and let me know what's one thing you love about being introverted. Share this video with someone who needs to hear that being quiet doesn't mean being less. And subscribe for more empowering content that embraces who you are, not who the world wants you to be. You don't have to change to fit the world. Sometimes, the world just needs to learn how to appreciate people like you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. And most importantly, thanks for being you.